might be struggling with something way greater than a sports injury. JR finally gets what he wants and also makes peace with Gabby, and Keisha might spiral at this bad news. What's good, y'all? Sugar Sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another All-American Homecoming video. And in this one, we're going to talk about season 3, episode number 4. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my All-American content and conversations. I also go live every Tuesday after new All-American episodes on Mondays. You can also check the playlist for the live stream replays or join me if you're watching this before I go live on Tuesday, July 30th. I feel like I'm a little bit somber in this moment, and y'all might notice it because wow. The information that we're left with as we exit the episode is very heavy and hard to bear. But I want to go to the top of the episode and do a general overview and then go through the episode before I get to the end and fully dive in to this major plot moment for Simone Hicks that we see at the very end of the episode. Overall, I want to give a kudos to the writer of this episode. This is the first episode in quite a while that I have felt like it has been cohesive. It has been paced well, aside from a few little hiccups in reference to after school specialty dialogue, which I think is more of a studio mandate type of thing versus the writer putting forth this and that's what they actually wanted type of thing. I really enjoyed the story that was told across characters in this episode, and this is what I would love to see more of in reference to the show. While we do have elements of the shipping that becomes too much and has been ridiculously the focus of much of the All-American universe, it wasn't the main focus in this episode, which is what I have been asking for quite a while. The real life things happening in these real characters' lives are the things that were taken front and center, and they are able to navigate their feelings around it, their thoughts around it, their behaviors, and you can see them in this episode actually pursuing something very real that they want versus just frolicking about and bumping into each other and bumping uglies. So I really did enjoy this episode more than I have most of the recent ones within season 2 and this season. So shout out to the writer who wrote this episode. Starting with Simone, y'all. It's Simone's birthday. She's supposed to have a doctor's appointment, but her doctor needs to cancel, and that happens in the healthcare field. You never know. Doctors have lives and children and everything else too, so things come up and they might have to reschedule. They might have to call out, just like we have to call out of work or take a break or take a mental health day or something like that. So nobody's shitting the healthcare system about that. However, she is then either put off, she has to wait 2 weeks to see this doctor, or put in with a male doctor who doesn't give a damn about her, what she needs, what her concerns are. And I felt like they did a really great job of accurately showing what it's like to be a Black woman navigating the American healthcare field, specifically when you're sitting across white people in that doctor position. I recall just within the last 2 years having a very interesting exchange with a white woman who I had to say the magic words to let her know that I was not just some little random ass turnip that fell off the turnip truck, and that she wasn't going to get away with dismissing and silencing my concerns and my thoughts around my health care just because she didn't feel like doing it. And again, I think that this episode did a good job of showing one of the scenarios that could go down when the doctors are not actually listening to you. They're not actually hearing you. Now, the thing that they did not say in the episode that I need everybody who's listening to know. So if you are a Black woman and you have experienced this, you've experienced what you see Simone experience or something different, when you are caught in those positions and you ask for a test, you ask for a follow-up, you ask for a referral, you ask for anything, and the doctor tells you no, or you don't need it, or you're perfectly fine, the words that you need to say to that person next are, can you please make this note that I am requesting this thing and you are denying me of said thing in my chart right now, and I would like a copy of it before I leave. The moment that you say that, things are going to move. The Red Sea is going to part, or they're going to be bold enough to do it. But if they're bold enough to do it, then now you have documentation that you can take elsewhere to still go and get what the hell you need. But you also are building the paper trail of being underserved by whatever healthcare establishment, whatever part of the healthcare system that is. But I have noticed, and I have said it, of like, can you please document now in my chart that I requested this and you told me no, you denied me this service, you denied me this test, you denied me this consultation. Things change then, because when the stuff is noted, now they have to be accountable to it. But if they just say something and it's never documented, nobody knows, it's your word versus theirs, is why also a lot of doctors struggle with older people, and mostly from my experience, older Black people coming into doctors with their kids or like being on the phone with somebody, because they love to be one-on-one with you so that they can say and do whatever, and then it's your word against theirs. But once you ask for them to write it down, document it in your chart, or somebody else is there, now it's like not just your word against theirs, it's their word against what was written. Is their word against what was witnessed. So that's just a little tidbit, a little note. And I love that we're actually here and we're giving the Simone character a little bit more to go off of. I hate that we might be launching into her cancer arc and struggling with that. However, that's a very real thing. Like, a lot of people experience cancer, specifically in the United States, given our environmental factors, given our food, our agricultural system, so many ways that we can contract cancer based off of like the standard American life. So I think that it's really dope that they're going in this direction, and also how they're doing it. So it's kind of like a benign buildup. Like, she has this nagging pain, she just feels like something's not right. It's not something that completely debilitated her immediately, but it's something going on. And hopefully the journey is going to be that she's able to catch it early, because she's so in tune to her body, because she has been listening, and now that she is advocating for herself. So shout out to herself, as well as Coach Marcus, who's like, yeah, don't we know a doctor who would do anything for you and is the father of your best friend? Yeah, we can still get that MRI. Speaking of the MRI, like, the way that the doctor told her, okay, well, we can just do a blood test, as she's trying to push back. The blood test is not going to tell her anything. Blood tests are just going to tell you, like, you can do for like STIs, STDs, mineral, vitamin levels, all of that kind of stuff. But if she had actually strained a muscle, like maybe she strained a pectoral muscle, a blood test is not going to tell her that. Like, that's what she asked for an MRI for, because she initially thought it was a damn sports injury. Sorry about that, y'all. And the fact that he only offered up a goddamn blood test, I was just like, sir, you should be ashamed. And they really need to more tightly regulate these damn doctors, because the fact that he only offered up a damn blood test when she came in complaining of what she came in complaining about, and that's not actually going to tell you anything. Of course the blood test came back cool, because as long as she's not diabetic, as long as she don't have hypertension, as long as she don't have like certain things that normal athletes won't actually bring off the charts about, then the blood test ain't going to tell her shit. And if it's this early in reference to potential mass growing, she might not even be, giving off any type of cancerous like cofactors for particular proteins that would be indicators. Like, let's be real. I'm watching this and I immediately got enraged, and I said, okay, they doing their damn job as it pertains to this writing, because this feels real. This feels so real, and I really, really enjoyed it. But this is coupled with Simone's birthday, and as a knee-jerk reaction to her feeling out of control health-wise, she like jumps in, like wants to control her birthday, wants to turn up, and wants to feel free, and wants to feel liberated, and yada 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 yada. They wind up switching and going and having to be a turn-up night. She gets completely drunk. Bless her heart, because you junk on this damn this bar, fall off. You lucky Cam's there to catch you, girl, because otherwise you break your damn arm, and now what? You want to make your impact on the court, but you got a broke ass arm. Simone, but it's your birthday. I'm gonna let you chill. I said I'm gonna be off of her birthday because it's her 21st birthday. So listen, you get to just do whatever the hell you want, honestly, on your birthday. I'm not even gonna hold you. She can do whatever the hell she want, including call Lando's ass, text Lando's ass. Now, I will give this little tiny morsel of a critique, y'all. I promise, it's just a morsel. I do buy her calling and or texting Lando, giving her unresolved feelings around that. I buy that. What I don't buy is no mention of Damon at all. So you mean to tell me Damon and Simone were together for a year and 3 months, which means they celebrated her 20th birthday together, and he don't text and or call to say happy birthday, but Lando, who vowed never to be her friend, says, by the way, for what it's worth, happy birthday. And she don't feel compelled to text and or call, when last episode y'all wanted me to believe that she just missed Damon so damn bad. That's the part that it's like, okay, this is the little bit. This is just a little critique, just a little thing that was missing. That little piece, that little element, that little introduction to me would have made it a much more well-rounded experience with Simone's journey. And it didn't have to be too much. It literally could be a text that she ignored. It just needed to be something, because I don't necessarily know if I buy it. And then I'm also like trying to stay off of Simone because it's her 21st birthday, but I'm low-key maybe moving into a space of resenting her because, girl, are you about to play with Lando? What is this? Like, I get that you're drunk in a moment, but you tell him that Eva is a girl that doesn't need to be a side chick, but then it's very clear that you want Lando, so you want him to wipe up your line sister, and then when he wipes up your line sisters, you looking back at it like, oh hell, you actually want him, so you about to break this girl's heart 100%. Like, Lando clearly, Lando is telling these girls what it is and what it ain't, and they don't have a problem with it. They run around campus, hey Lando, how you doing? Hey Lando. So they get it. They know that he's just dropping off dick. But now you done convinced this man to take somebody seriously, specifically your sorority sister, and you want him. Like, I need you to chill, Simone. Like, I really need you to chill, girl, because if you're gonna work your way out of this Olivia Baker bubble, shit like this can't be going down. You cannot do things like this. This feels stupid, honey. It's your birthday, so I'm not gonna call you stupid. This just kind of feels stupid. Messy nonetheless. Drama filled nonetheless, but stupid. And Lando, if Simone breaks your heart, I'm going to put that on you, because you had every right to stand on business. You have every right to your feelings, and the way that you have folded like a damn lawn chair so quickly at this pretty ass chocolate girl's smile, and I guess her overall aura, Simone basically has you wrapped around her little finger. And I get it and I don't, and I'm just like kind of perplexed at that, but just calling in the fact that if y'all get back together after you break her line sister's heart and she turns around and still breaks your heart, you brought that shit on yourself. Nobody else is feeling bad for you, Lando, because we stood 10 toes down in this moment where you could have dragged this out a little bit longer, where you could have like really pushed Simone to grow and stretch herself and see herself. Because if y'all get back together before she even recognizes that she actually made a mistake in choosing Damon and she didn't fully consider all of her feelings for you and all of that, then you have this missed opportunity and you're calling in whatever she brings with her next, because you didn't force her to learn before she brought her ass back to you. That's just on you. Now, Keisha, you have a good man, honey. That's a good man, Savannah. A very good man. And the way that Keisha wants to show up for her friends and show up for her family and be the fix and be the listening ear and just like have everybody's back. But then when Cam turns around and gives her that same energy, she has a problem with it. I do not understand it. I do not understand it, and I'm trying not to get mad at Keisha because I understand the whole grad school process can be a lot. I've taken the MCAT, was supposed to go to medical school. I've gone to grad school. Luckily, I was able to get in and do all of this kind of stuff. It's a very pressure-filled space and time, and it leans into any insecurities that you might have, that you might not have thought that you had, especially in the creative space, like her with dance and her trying to push herself to new skill sets and within new form. I get it, Keisha. But you cannot in one breath point out how Simone should have told you about the doctors and how you understand because of your mama and that you're here to listen and people need to communicate, and then turn around and be completely hiding all that you're thinking and all that you're feeling. And then to my other point around the whole Keisha storyline is the toxic positivity has to stop. And when I make these points, people say I'm just being a hater, but you can only, it's going to be okay so much, because the toxic positivity sometimes overwrites the very real understanding and the very real perspective that, this could actually not work out. And because nobody is actually allowing the opportunity for it to not work out, nobody is allowing Keisha to go down the road and like actually process and heal from whatever that could be before it happens, so it hits her less hard. So I understood when she was having a conversation with JR and telling him he's a great friend, because he wanted to tell her everything will be fine, but she feels how she feels, and he gonna sit in that regardless. So it's like weird, because I get it, Keisha, you want somebody to be able to sit in it with you, but you also react poorly. So when Cam went to that place, but he was trying to fix it, so I guess that's also an issue. I don't know. Keisha is like a dichotomy right now that I'm really struggling with, because I understand all of her feelings around what's currently happening. I just don't understand her responses, and I don't understand her closing down to a character like Cam, who is very well equipped to handle this. I think that Cam just needs better communication of what Keisha feels like she needs, and he's trying to be preemptive, he's trying to be proactive and show up for you the same way he sees you show up for others. But if you need something different in this moment, I think that she needs to speak to that versus allowing resentment to build and to hide behind it. Like, we in the episode with her, and she didn't opened up 3 rejection letters, and she's kind of tucking it away, and initially she didn't want Cam to actually bring KEK in and have them be a part of the fashion show that she's choreographing, because she didn't want them to take over it. And they had that agreement, and Cam was like, okay, cool. They had a disagreement about it. Then Cam came back, okay, cool, I respect it. Now you want him to come back in. So do you feel like he's gonna take over, or do you not? Do you feel like you're gonna be overshadowed, or are you not? Do you feel like you're not good enough, or do you not? Like, I need Keisha to get clearer about her actual feelings, her thoughts, and what she's doing, and then communicate that better to Cam so that he can be an even better partner. And then don't penalize him for being a very strong partner that he is. It's a little bit on the toxic positivity side, but it's a really good partner nonetheless. Now, when we also talking about really good partners, my girl Gabby, she is in rare form this episode. I love that she's standing on business about not wanting JR to get back into baseball because of the health implications, and how he is just now getting to a place of being healthy and something could happen. However, she understands that he is not going to let this go. So this is what she was going to do from the beginning had you clued her in on it, JR, and didn't hide it from her. She done went to Coach Marcus behind your back and said, listen, if he gonna do this, then you gonna have to help him, but it's going to have to be from this way, this way, this way. Because that's what black women do. We see that you want something, we might not necessarily agree with it, but we're gonna conspire to help you as best we can. And I love that for Gabby, and I love that JR gets the moment and like the confirmation, not only for himself, and once Coach Marcus tells him like this is what Gabby says, but Coach Marcus actually says that's a good woman, you need not lose her. Yeah, because you were set tripping and you were ready to risk it all. And part of this is, JR, you can want baseball all the hell that you like, but you also need to open up some of your horizons about this and like take the laser focus off so that you can be a well-rounded player, even if you are going to go down this road. And I love that for him. And then the little kids, y'all, and I'm calling kids as in Simone and them, college students, they rallied around Coach Marcus in his first visit with his son. And what struck me about the son, and I'm also trying not to be too critical of him, because I get it. If you just found out that you've got a father and you 14, I could understand being frustrated and being, disengaged with him and ignoring him. You like your stepfather, cool. But it didn't seem like the boy had any kind of smoke for his mama. And his mama is the one who lied to both him as well as Coach Marcus about his existence. So your mother hid your real father from you for 14 years, married another man, and had your stepfather raising you as if he was your own. And then this man pops up and he wants to be active, and you looking at him like he's doing too much, he cares too much. Yeah. Something about the little son, I don't really like him. And I love that by the end of the episode, Coach Marcus got to a cool place with him and was able to, address the elephant in the room of him behaving the way he is. And he was able to get a better understanding of Coach Marcus and open up to him. But I didn't like him coming into it initially with no smoke for his mama, all smoke for Coach Marcus. That part didn't make too much sense to me, but I guess, it's a very authentic reaction that people would have. I just think that people who do have it, like, that you're being stupid, little boy. You're really being stupid. I think that's it, y'all. That's everything that went down in the episode. We got no Nate in this episode. Of course, no Thea and no Damon. But no Nate specifically, because Nate is still a series regular. But Nate is the one who provided Simone's birthday cake at the top of the episode and is off doing law school interviews. So there's that. Overall, again, I really enjoyed this episode. It was a pleasant surprise to what we have been getting, and I'm looking forward to next week's episode and what this mass is in Simone's breast. Let me know your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comment section down below. It's your good sis, you love to talk TV with, and I'm gonna see you in my next one.